So that record is yet to be broken. That jinx now is yet to be broken. A few people are back close to. I remember in 2005, Ofori won Artist of the Year. At the time, popular song of the year. So 2006, now or the Otolege, no, or the Otolege the winning year. So the next year, no, was Emanuela. So now people were hoping say Uncle be winning with Emanuela, and I used to be beating with I want to see you, my father. And then the other person about close, no, Sarkodie, yes. And then who else has come close? I think said Stone Boy. Yeah. So they've not been back to back. Yeah, Bibia that record back one obeying to me and set it. Not to need to break the record. No. So the Echo Stone Boy and or what the potential or the ability to actually set that record. So we need now I wonder the first we know 3 times because 2019 the year officially announced anything it still is on hold.
Yeah, now so that
so if indeed to me we need this year that means that 1 I set a record as winning back to back, 2 and obey the most awarded artist of the year through the 26-year period. So I know he has a lot to it's so why tight and that's brother why very serious because of the record that with me I set it and then etch his name in the history books when it comes to the TGM.
But Stone and the 2 Kings year under review. So we show crystal ball now can count no me see here. I don't want to say woman in so in baby
let me so so for those who name what the criteria or not says now. Artists of the year is the artists are judged by the academy, board and the general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity in the year under review. So this is highest audience appeal and popularity. Yes. So these 2 factors in the basis for giving somebody or crowning somebody an artist. So they all a requirement to get into that category. So the artist must have released a hit single, EP album, and must be the one of the artists with the highest nomination. So only there is how you get in there. But as members of the general public, members of the academy, any members of the board, the agent to actually say yes, separate this person from that person on that person is the measurement of audience appeal and popularity. For 2024. Now the woman said conversation it looks as if say the conversation is centered around just 3 people.
No, but before you go there, no. So 2 things: highest audience appeal and popularity.
Yes.
How do you define or determine audience appeal of an artist?
So audience appeal, no personal definition for TGM and say your ability to generate excitement, your ability to generate conversation. I mean, there must be some level of excitement surrounding your artistry.
Okay.
That's how you measure the audience appeal. So, for example, any of the 3 guys walks in here, what kind of excitement they be greeting? So, walking onto a stage, what kind of excitement greet? So, more artists of the year category, what kind of conversation and hover around them? How are they able to generate a certain kind of attention, and drive? Okay. You understand? So that's the audience appeal. Bibina, almost all the artists no more performance sheet.
Yeah.
So the performance sheet, shows they played in Ghana and outside. And people have argued, say, oh, why do they include shows or more performance outside? I think why they do that, they say, are they on to the audience appeal?
Sure. Because
an appeal no any strong or ha Ghana about no the appeal yes, and most importantly, the consideration must be within the shores of Ghana. Because a Ghana Music Awards.
That's the first point.
That's the first point.
Yeah.
So you cannot argue your case and say, oh, Bosho or landing Bosho ha. You can only stretch the argument and say, appeal no and a transition echo all those places. Because when you appeal no ha, maybe he may not be called there and there. but the focus must be on what were we able to achieve within that period in Ghana.
Oh, Ghana, assassin.
You understand? But you cannot rubbish the fact that Oma Pio to me generative wahano are translated into other places. If you do that, it means Obama Awards process different nominations and artists of the year particularly because I know what tables on a bare fraud. You know why? Because streaming numbers, any other numbers now you gather so Palutanya this streaming number, can promise this streaming numbers. Somebody a abrochi for them so account.
True.
Do you understand?
And Ghana,
so the numbers that they boldly come out and say, "Me 3 million streaming numbers."
Yeah.
Abrochi for no so count.
And now
those numbers. So if you want to
stream farm so count.
Exactly. So of course. So if you want to argue the fact that men fat abrochi influence no count, then you might as well remove the foreign influence that with streaming numbers.
True.
So what you can stretch again the argument is say appeal now when you are and translating into the other places. That's so hard. So that's how, and then of course popularity there. Once I hear your name, I don't even ask so that's how you measure popularity. And I say every cranny Biana the name is exactly you everywhere. So within 2024 how popular was the artist? So
okay, so within 2024,
yes,
how popular was King Promise? How popular was King Paluta?
So for
how popular was
Stonebwoy? So for
within that year,
so you don't need to factor anything else.
No popular
so how you don't need to factor anything else. But because a period we are doing the awards based on a period. So when it comes to popularity, and guess what? You say highest. So so you are differentiating one person from the other based on the levels. So in popularity, when an popularity was on that level, when an audience appeal was on that level. So when we walk into the voting room as academic members or board members, that's what we are thinking about, because they all came into the category with the same force. They were popular. They had audience appeal. They had hit songs. Blah 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 blah. So now to choose King Promise over Stonebwoy or vice versa, it means was higher than Bako.
Okay.
So that's how that informs us when we are doing our voting, and that should inform the general public when they are doing their voting as well. Now, woman say that's an American conversation hovering around Paluta. Initially, it was Paluta who was generating all the conversation. Artist of the year, and King Promise real. In Stonebwoy also the force and so Abe. So the likes of Team Eternity voting and you know no more galvanize more fans will be beer and now sorry be anya way. You may sit here and say
but a voting, but you also mentioned the aspect of popularity.
No. So I'm talking about the conversation going into we announcing the